I'm pretty sure the last time we saw each other, I had just ended out a vlog that was not a fun vlog. If you guys have not seen that one, go watch it first and you'll be kind of caught up on where we are today and what we're gonna talk about today. So my hair looks crazy. I had an appointment super early this morning and I had an appointment yesterday and I have an appointment Thursday. Today is Tuesday. I wanted to first just start off with a little bit of an update. I might be taking you guys through more than just today. Or I might just be taking you through today. We'll see how things go. I wanted to show you guys our Christmas gifts, the things I've been putting together for Dash and for Suki and for Dustin. Like I said, go watch the other video if you haven't yet. I'll have it linked so you just have to click on it and it'll take you right to it. I feel so weird these days. Right now I'm 37 weeks and a few days pregnant, right? Our last appointment, just to recap briefly, did not go how we wanted it to. In fact, I don't know that I've actually talked about our specialist appointment at all. I think I just talked about my 36-week appointment. So at our 36-week appointment, things were looking kind of like maybe something was wrong with Dash's heart. And the weird thing about that, I'm a little bit more informed about it now, but I still don't have all the information. So please, like, if you are pregnant and have had something like this happen, definitely find solidarity in my story with it so far and know that, like, I definitely will pray for you. But also, as like annoying as this is to hear, just wait till you see the doctor and like get the final say on it, because it has been a hectic 2 weeks just waiting for more answers. We went for our appointment. They referred us to a specialist. The specialist, what we were praying for was that we would go in and they would just say, we don't see any extra fluid around the heart, because that's what we got referred for. There was a lot of fluid around his heart. What I had read about everything was basically if you find that earlier on, it tends to kind of be a bigger problem versus later. Not saying it's not an issue later on, but just that normally that's something that they catch like at 20 weeks. Your anatomy scan way early on and not 36 weeks pregnant. I didn't know when they told me that, if that was like, when I read that, if that was something like comforting or not. But typically if it's found earlier on, it means that there's gonna be some more complications. So I drove myself crazy trying to get information on all this and just like, I don't know, feel better about it. And we went to the specialist. It was like specifically what we had prayed. She's like, I don't see any extra fluid. And we were like, what the heck? So then we were feeling really good. She does like a couple more measurements and then we're just doing like regular ultrasound stuff. So we're just like seeing Dash's heartbeat. We're seeing his little face. We're seeing his little butt that he always puts up for us. And then when we met with the doctor, I was incredibly confused. So this doctor kind of was like, would trail off maybe in sentences. I just felt like things weren't explained very well. This wasn't something I like could read up on because all of my searches for it were not very fruitful. I kind of didn't know what to ask him. It was just really, I didn't like meeting with him because I felt like he wasn't doing a very good job of informing us on a lot of things. About midway through that appointment, I started to feel a little bit of like sadness, I guess, because it was becoming clear to me that he was going to say that we needed to be referred out somewhere, which was specifically something I said to Dustin before we went in. I was just hoping that we would look at the heart, it would be fine, and there would be no need to be referred anywhere else. I could just tell the direction he was talking was like, you're gonna need more specialists. And so that is what he said. He's not a heart doctor, so he wanted us to see a heart doctor because one of the ventricles in Dash's heart looked a little bit big. What was weird to me, I guess, about it was he was saying kind of like it wasn't a big deal, but he didn't know if it was a big deal. It was like, he just kept flip-flopping. And so again, I just didn't really like that meeting with him. He referred us out. We have waited now over a week to hear from that doctor's office and have not heard anything. It's actually another hospital. Honestly, don't think that they're ever going to call. He, at the end of the appointment, another thing that was like kind of hopeful was he said, I don't think there's a need to see you again. You should be good to go to deliver exactly where you want to deliver. I don't think that he's gonna need a NICU when he comes out or like any emergency, like whatever. I think you're gonna be good to go. So that was a really still good appointment, even though there was like a little bit of confusion and discouragement about being referred again. We left and like maybe 15 minutes later, he called back and said, actually, I want to see you again next week, which is this week, because I don't feel like I talked enough about it. And I was like, what does that mean? So then I'm like, basically right back to panicked, thinking, does that mean that something's wrong? Like you looked back over and something is wrong? does that mean you just feel like I don't know what that means. Told me also to drink basically at least 3 liters of water a day. Working on it. So then I felt even more like dread, I guess. I don't know what the right word is that I'm trying to look for there, but just to be like, everything looks fine except come back, because we don't know. It didn't feel very good, that appointment. I had my next specialist appointment yesterday, and the whole time I was like, please don't let it be that same doctor again. Like, please just let his heart still look good and that ventricle just not even look like a problem. Just, you know, like, ugh. And so we went, and let me tell you what's incredible about praying specifically for something. Like when you specifically say it, instead of just saying like, I hope this appointment goes good, please help it, okay, thank you. Saying like, please let there be no fluid, please let, you know, whatever specifically you have to pray for. We go in, we do our little ultrasound, no fluid. I ask about the ventricle during our ultrasound, which usually in like the specialist office, the person doing your ultrasound can tell you a little bit more information. Sometimes they answer you and sometimes they don't. And she said like, it looked good. And that if she didn't have on her paper to specifically check his heart for fluid and for that ventricle, she wouldn't have even marked anything on our paper for us at all. Like, that's how normal it looks. I already thought that was incredible. Everything else looked pretty good. And then when we met with the doctor, it was a different doctor, and I was like, oh, thank God. And so he was so much better, explained things so much clearer, and just like made me feel really calm, and said, again, deliver at the hospital that you want to, you should be fine. The only thing is that the ventricle isn't like huge. It's just a little bit big, and I forget how he explained it, but basically it's something to follow up with kind of for later in life for Dash. Like we'll start off looking at it when he's born, you know, like bring that up to his pediatrician, and so we can kind of monitor it that way. But he said it's something that might not even affect him, but if it does, it would be like when he's going out for sports or like that kind of thing. And so anyways, I think that's all great news. The very last bit of information I'm going to try to shove in here, and this is the craziest thing to me. So as I just said, I'm 37 weeks this week. The end of this week, I'll be 38. And oh, the last thing that the specialist said was the only other thing that we're looking at, they can't just ever say, everything's good, go. My amniotic fluid is low. It's still within the normal range, but he told me that the normal numbers are anywhere from 5 to 25, which is crazy. And mine is like 5.96 or something. And so he said, I want to see you back on Thursday, because if your amniotic fluid has dropped even more, we're gonna have a baby. And that is like crazy to me, that I've spent so long of my life now pregnant. I'm about to like not have a baby in my belly anymore, not have this big of a belly, this hard of a belly, and that I'm gonna have a baby here. I don't know, it's just like mind-blowing and so weird to think about. So when I met with my doctor today, I was telling him all this info. He said that typically if your amniotic fluid is low, they don't let you go past 39 weeks. So now we're thinking, basically, regardless, we're going to have a baby probably, or at least be scheduled for an induction by next weekend. Holy cow. Now, I will say something weird. I have said now for a really long time, I think Dash is coming December 10th. That's all, like, that the first date I put on it was December 10th. Dustin says the 12th. And his due date is the 17th. Well, if I were to be induced for some reason on next Friday, that is the 10th. And that's so weird to me that that's like the day that I called, and that's basically what he's saying. So anyway, things are good right now. I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling very tired today. And I really wish I didn't have that other specialist appointment this week. I mean, it's necessary and everything. It's not a super long drive, but I'm just so tired from going to all these appointments. And I told Dustin I'm getting a little like, I wish we could just rest really good right before, you know, this happens, because I know we're going to be tired afterwards, but it's coming up so close. So that's baby update. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I'm trying to keep it short and simple. I wanted to talk about Christmas gifts today too. Dustin was so sweet. I still have so much stuff to like, little stuff to pick up around the house, but I took a nap earlier today when I got home from my appointment and just kind of have relaxed. And so I'm like taking it easy and little by little picking up and like doing things. But Dustin decorated the entire house inside and out for Christmas, because I was like, I really want Dash to come home to like a Christmas house, you know? And so that's what he made sure happened. Okay, so I guess the bad news is I am waiting for the last thing for Dustin's gift, which is this big box from Target, and I thought they were going to be here while he's at work today, and now I'm thinking they're not going to be here until after he gets home, so I'll have to be a little sneaky. But basically what I wanted to do this year was like Christmas Eve boxes. If you guys have followed me on Instagram, you know I've been talking about it, but this is his little box, and I'm so excited. So his mom actually got us these matching, sorry, I don't know why it's not focused. These matching pajamas. So he has pants, I have pants, and then I'll show you guys what Dash has. I just put in some Reese's Trees because he loves Reese's. Those are his favorite. This was the movie that he had been wanting from his Amazon list, so I got that for him. This, when we went to, on our little baby moon, where did we go? Panama City. Sorry, I can't sit up like this. And I just sat on the floor, so probably I'm gonna have to call 911 to help give me up from here. When we were in Panama City, we went to the Tervis Tumbler store, and he saw this one and really, really liked it, and like wanted to get it and picked it up and like carried it around. And I was like, well, go ahead and get it. But he ended up getting a different one instead of just getting both of these. So I have that. And then here's a hair from me. The last thing that I got him that's coming in from Target is this really nice denim jacket that has like Sherpa on it. That he's been eyeballing for a little while. So I'm going to put that actually at the very bottom, and then like put everything else basically still like this over the top of it. I would like to also get him white hot chocolate because that's one thing that he was saying he wanted to try, and that's just like another cutesy cheapy treat. Oh, let's see if I can get up. So I was hoping this box might work for Dash's, but I think it's going to be too small because here's what the boy has. These are not his. This little cutie, I'm going to turn it over. Hopefully you guys didn't already see it. I thought this was so cute, this little raccoon, and I was looking on Amazon. There's a couple other like critters from this brand. It's called Lambs and Ivy, and they were all super cute, but for some reason I just kept going back to the raccoon, and I was like, I just love it. And I didn't even notice, but look at the name of the raccoon. Are you kidding? It's spelled exactly like Suki's name and everything. And so I was like, well, definitely that's what he's getting. It doesn't have like the marble eyes, which was surprisingly hard to find, but got him Suki. Then these are supposed to be really good for development because they're like mostly black and white. There's a little bit of color and everything. So I got him that book. Then we have this cute little onesie that's gonna match Mom and Daddy. And then this book I wanted to get him. I got it on thrift books, so it's a little banged up. But it's called I Prayed For You, and it's so sweet. We've read it one time, so it'll still be brand new when he gets here. And in his stocking, Lucky Boy has some boogie wipes, but I put them in there because I was hoping it would keep this stocking like straight. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it won't stay. But that's the only thing in his stocking. Suki, I could, I guess, do that box, except I ordered her last thing. Suki's getting a lot this year because she's my first baby. But I thought she had to match us too. Can't leave her out. So I got this bandana from Chewy and it got it personalized so it has her name on it. This is just a little like dinosaur toy. And we got this because, I don't know if we've talked about this. I look rough, so just excuse me, but I don't know if we've talked about this. She has a toy that is her favorite toy. She knows it by name. She knows a lot of her toys by name, but this one specifically is her Penelope, and she's just loved it forever. I think we've gotten one replacement Penelope, and so I was looking for another one to get her in case anything happens to that one, even though this one's like her baby because she doesn't really play with it like she does her other toys, like gets really rough and like tears it up. She's very gentle with Penelope. Penelope's just like her napping buddy pretty much. So this one is not the exact same because they were actually all the way sold out of them everywhere by the time that we were like ready to go get them. But it's very similar, so hoping that she'll love it. And then she just has a little Christmas tree treat at the bottom of her stocking. And then Dustin's stocking. I just thought these were cute in the front there. I was gonna put them in the front of mine, but there's nothing in my stocking and I can't get it to stay around. I don't know why these stockings do that so bad, but anyway, I have him a little razor set, which honestly, you might be like, why did you do that? I'm not sure. I got him some more Reese's, and then at the very bottom down here are white chocolate peppermint pretzels, which he loves this time of year. I hope that that other package comes before he gets home. I told him that I ordered something else from Target, and I did, so it won't be like what's in the box. But I didn't think about it all. When you're pregnant and you cannot drive yourself places, it's very hard to do things secretly. So take that as you will. Ugh. I don't know why I keep sitting on the floor when I good and well know it's gonna be hard to get up from here. So I'm gonna actually wait. I realized, I think I started talking about this and then I don't think I ever finished saying anything about it. But the box that I ordered for Suki, the last gift that's coming for her, is from Chewy, and it is a little, like, it's called like a holiday box, I think, from this brand called Chuck It. And we love their toys. So it is so cute. It's like 3 little squishy kind of baseballs, a launcher so that you can like put the ball in there and throw it, a frisbee, and a football. And it kind of looks like these boxes that open like this. So I'm gonna wait till that gets here. I'm gonna open it and then try to rearrange some stuff and then put her stuff from her stocking in there. I had just put all this like fluff in here to try to keep everything like up. I'm hoping I put this at the bottom and it'll fit. It might not. I have a bag just in case, but I think last year I must have given, ooh, I don't know. It's a tight fit. I think last year I gave a lot of my bags away, and, ooh, Lord. Let's see, can we get this to work or not? I think the hardest thing to get back in here is gonna be the tumbler, if this is gonna be super floofy. So let's see if we can make it happen. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see if that closes. I think, well, no, it does not. Almost though, so let's, okay. It's not closed. Oh, it does close all the way. All right. I'm gonna put everything else back in here. Okay, I think that looks pretty good, I think. And then we're done, right? That's everything for Dustin, I think. All right, Suki's Chewy order just got here. So this is what her little box is gonna look like. I still don't have a box for Dash's stuff, but we have Dustin's box and then hers. So this was a really good deal. Normally this is $50, but it was on sale for half off. And it comes with all of this fun stuff. So I'm gonna try to get her bandana in here, which I can't remember if I showed you guys already. But since we have matching pajamas, I wanted her to have something matching too, because she's still part of the family. And so I'm gonna try to get that in there. And then this is her little dinosaur that is like a replacement for her favorite little toy. So I'm gonna see if I can get everything shoved in here. Wish me luck. It fits just hardly, but I literally cannot open it again because I could hardly get it closed. So there's Suki's Christmas. Good thing she can't read. Have I got a story for you? So our exterminator is just now leaving. Okay. So yesterday we had our specialist appointment of the week, and holy cow, I'm like starting this off with a bang because you will see why. You will hear why. So if you guys missed any of my other vlogs up until this point, go watch them. But in brief, my amniotic fluid is low and this boy is 38 weeks today. And so they, yesterday at my appointment, were measuring again, and I was kind of expecting them to say it was still probably gonna be on the lower side, but they told me last time if it dropped below 5, I would like pretty much be going right then to the hospital. And that did make me nervous when they said it, and I was like waiting for that nervousness to set in. Well, yesterday during our ultrasound, she was looking at Dash's heart and everything looked perfect with it, which is a huge blessing that it just is perfect now. And so everything looked good with the heart, and our ultrasound tech was like cutting up with us. We were like laughing and carrying on the whole time. And then she takes the wand off my belly and she says, "You know where you're going today, right?" And I said, "Me?" And she said, yeah. And I said, to the hospital? And she said, yeah. So she was measuring 4 point something for my fluid and was like, they're definitely gonna, like, you guys are definitely having a baby today. And me and Dustin both kind of, I expected one or both of us to be like, holy moly, a child, like freaking out a little bit. But we kind of just looked at each other and were like, oh, okay. I told Dustin my first thought was I didn't run the dishwasher, and so that's probably gonna stink by the time we get home. And then I was having thoughts like we needed to get a copy of our house key made, which we didn't do. And I had to go to the bathroom, and I wanted to go to my own bathroom one more time before we went, like just dumb stuff, nothing about like, oh, I'm gonna be in labor today. So obviously you guys are sitting right here with me right now though, and I am still pregnant. So what happened? The doctor came in, the specialist came in, and it was like, I think what was going to make me anxious was not like the fact that I was about to be in labor or be induced or like any of that kind of stuff. It was how like crazy everything felt for just a split second, because the ultrasound tech came back in, the doctor came in, the doctor took over the ultrasound. There was somebody else like banging on the door, and she was like, my doctor, I almost said his name, is on the phone. And so like they had already called my doctor to set up my induction like right that second. The doctor was like, I'm measuring 7, not 4. So all around, there was one point where he was like, you can just put 0, like there's literally nothing left there. But in some other places, there were like pockets, I guess, of it. I don't know. But he was like, I think you're okay to be here a few more days with baby. And basically what he said was, if you're not in labor by next Friday, which would be my 39-week mark, that's when I turn 39 weeks, we're going to be induced. And I am excited. I feel like I haven't read anything about inductions, so I'm a little bit, I feel like ill-prepared for that. From everything I have read, it's like basically if you had any plans of not having an epidural, like throw that out the window, because if you have to use Pitocin to get started, which like you do pretty much, then you're gonna need an epidural because they're intense. And that was kind of discouraging, I think, for me to hear. And I was thinking today how funny it is that there's such strong opinions either way about like to get an epidural or not to. And I've tried to explain this the whole time of being pregnant. I just want to do it without one, just because. It's not because I'm super against them or I think I get a trophy or because of anything like that. But I do think that it's a little bit like, degrading is probably not the right word, but discouraging, unsupportive, I'm not sure. If someone says they want to try to have a birth without an epidural, to be met with like, oh, you don't get a trophy for that, and that's, you know, this, that, and the other, when like I would never, if someone started off and said 100% they were getting an epidural no matter what, I would never think like, well, your birth would be less than mine. I don't know if that makes sense. I will say one of the parts that was like leading me away from an epidural more and more was I had read that kind of like makes your baby a little lethargic. And when I was thinking Dash had all these heart problems, I was like, I don't want to do something that's going to potentially slow his heart rate, you know? But I think Pitocin does that too. I don't know. The point is, I'm not like anti-epidural or anything. I just kind of want to be like, I don't know, what's this feel like? And then probably I'll have a few contractions and be like, oh, I'm out. But anyways, so yesterday was an interesting day. We went from just having a normal appointment at the specialist office to you're going to have a baby right now to no, but definitely by next week. And so it was like a huge roller coaster, but I've been working around the house today and I've gotten a lot of things done. It finally looks a little bit cleaner in here. The exterminator just left, which was nice to have that done for the last time before the end of the year. So anyways, I think we're also gonna have our last date night tonight, it's just picking up food most likely. We were gonna try to make it to the movie theater and maybe we still can. I don't know. I would love to make that happen for Dustin one last time before Dash is here, but we'll just have to see what happens. But I think we're gonna get some Mexican food and hang out. We've been watching the Beatles documentary and it's been so much fun. It's so long though, so you have to really commit. But anyway, that's what's going on right now.